Aasai TV, ketesiet neituitos bororiet.
Chamke chitap kalenjin en uitugul legere ketesiet nebo Aasai TV kasarta nekakituye tuan kibagenge en logoiywekab emet chekakimuch kechabun en koindo nesomanun kwane Joyline Chepkorir. Kitaunen logoiywek kole kaik pirutiet en serikalitab emoni kan kokon kapkirwok nebo barak ngatutiet nebo kitonon boisietab ngatutik chetinyegei ak boisietab computer en oret nemanyalu nenaat ko Computer Misuse and Cybercrime Act nebo kenyitab 2025 kabit niton kasarta nekokoib en tai anan nekokoib en tai kirwoget ko kapkirwok kibagengeit neborchingei imandab kipkosabe KHRC koboto tienindet Paul Kagame nebo koesho ngatutik chebo muswoknotet nekonde sein kandoindetab emoni Dr. William Samoei Ruto en wikit nekokosirto. Tesetai choton kasarta netesetai koesho kandoik chemaikochin kosubet serikali ngatutik choton en kit nemwoe kole chekiyaen ichek komat kosuldaen ng'alalenywan nechutyin serikalitab emoni. Kondochin nekikirwogindet neo David Maraga koesho ine ngatutik choton en kit nekamwa kole manyalu en president konde siet.
A trajectory that is a mockery of the ideals that Right Honorable Raila Odinga fought for. A mockery of the 2010 Constitution that we collectively fought to have and swore to protect and implement. This unconstitutional committee can order the closure of any website, blog, mobile app, Facebook, X, TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram accounts for allegedly promoting illegal activities. If they sell to themselves or their proxies, the Kenyan people will not get to know. Simply put, if they sell even strategic assets to foreigners and put them beyond the country's control, the Kenyan people will not get to know. The government knows that people are going to court. The government knows that the Kenyans are not happy. So how do you circumvent this? Move with speed. So that by the time we go to court and if we get court orders, it will be said that we have been overtaken by events.
Agegisto enge logoiywechan kokakomongei chamaitab ODM akomach keisto en boisiet gavana nebo Nyeri Mutahi Kahiga kotinygei ak ng'alalenyin akobo neki Prime Minister Raila Odinga nekibet sobenyin wikit nekonye. Kamwa ichek kole moche keipchi kerkong'et nemiten barak gavana inoton nebo county nebo Nyeri. Kinyoru logoiywek koyob sirindenyon nebo logoiywek Chepkorir Mutahi.
So yesterday's remarks by Governor of Nyeri County, Dr. Mutahi Kahiga, at a funeral in Kieni constituency in his county, appearing to celebrate the death of our party leader, the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, are not only nefarious, but unbelievable and utterly despicable from a man calling himself a leader.
Governor Mutahi Kahiga olenen betutab amut kokomwa en kutitab ka nebo olinywan kole kotetutikab kamuktaindet Emetab Raila Odinga asikobit koek bandab tai en bororiet noton nebo Mount Kenya ak kole koiwekta chitugul kobwat kit nerube en tetutikab bolotet koboto President Dr. William
We therefore demand that he immediately resigns from this position with immediate effect, and the COG cannot have a loose mouth, reckless, primitive and irresponsible person holding such a position. He is a disgrace to the country and to the people of Nyeri, Kenya. For someone of Governor Kahiga's caliber, who is a beneficiary of Raila's sweat, scars and tears, to make such derogatory remarks of a man who spent most of his life fighting for change in this country is disgraceful and shameful. It is worth noting that the entire Western Kenya region that he decries of benefiting from government resources and development has nothing compared to what his region has benefited from since Kenya became independent. It is bad manners, uncouth, and unacceptable for Mr. Kahiga to make such remarks. In fact, coming from someone who occupies a respectable position of the Vice Chairman of the Council of Governors, it is utterly absurd and astonishing. We therefore demand that he immediately resigns from this position with immediate effect, and the COG cannot have a loose mouth, reckless, primitive and irresponsible person holding such a position.
Kamwa chuton arawek sisit kityo kong'eten kingotewer bororietab Masai akobo kalokitukwak chebo orit ole kiimongei kandoik akokerkong ine.
Mr. Speaker, you saw the governor for Nyeri. And again, unfortunately, it's a Maa community that was being insulted that they don't wear, I don't know whether it's underwear or even trousers. But you wonder, when that governor discovered that Maasai males do not wear underwear, what was he doing, Honorable Speaker, you wonder?
Allow me to begin by condemning the utterances by one governor of Nyeri, Mutahi Kahiga.
Homa Bay Gladys Wanga kora kandoindetab DCP Rigathi Gachagua akobwotyin kole tinyegei ak ng'alalanoton.
Kahiga is the spokesperson of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua mocked Raila's illness and asked whether he was a virus and whether Kalonzo was a bacteria. To date, Rigathi Gachagua is yet to mourn Raila Odinga.
Logoiywekab Emet chebo Aasai TV, kainanyun ko Chepkorir Mutai.
Kongoi mising sirindenyo nebo logoiywek Chepkorir Mutai. Kosipkei ak ng'alaletab Governor Mutai Kahiga kokakoistogei ine rubeiwotab nebo ng'echeret en kibagengeitab Governors anan ko Council of Governors ole akot kounoton kokasom nyoetab kat koityi emet ak familia nebo Raila Odinga kobun barwet nekasirchi korik ak sirikab logoiywek.
So, thank you very much, fellow Kenyans. I want to take this moment to address issues that have emanated from a vernacular clip that is circulating in social media. From the very onset, I want to sincerely apologize to our mourning nation, to the family of the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Molo Odinga, Mama Aida, her children Rosemary Jr. and Winnie, Honorable Senator Oburu Odinga and Honorable MP Ruth Odinga and other siblings and the larger extended family, the ODM fraternity and the Luo nation and Kenyans at large. And to my colleague leaders from all sides of the political divide for any harm that it has elicited. The clip was taken while attending a burial in my home village, and my remarks were in no way celebratory. What I meant is that under the current broad-based government, we have seen skewed development and politically the loss of the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Odinga sent everyone back to the drawing board. As the popular saying goes, God takes the best, and it is in this context that I made those remarks in vernacular. Let me also make it clear that the remarks I made are my personal views and therefore should in no way be associated with the community's position or any political affiliation, nor the Council of Governors. Finally, In noting the huge public interest that this issue has generated, I am taking responsibility of the real and perceived meaning of my remarks, and as a result, therefore, I have decided that with immediate effect, I am going to step down as the Vice Chair of the Council of Governors. And as I do that, I also pray that the soul of the Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga continue resting in eternal peace. God bless Kenya. Thank you very much.
Akonamke ak noton kokaindochi nebo ngecheret Hamed Abdullahi en Council of Governors en betutab raini ole kaibor ine kaimetabke akobo ngalalenyin ako kakoisto ine en rubeiwotab nebo ngecheret en boisiet ne governor noton nebo Nyeri Mutai Kahiga.
Reiterate our deep disappointment on the statements by the governor. We still maintain that these sentiments are his personal remarks that do not reflect or represent the views and the values of the Council of Governors. We therefore disassociate ourselves in toto and condemn these utterances, which were untimely, reckless, and unspeakable, especially at this time of deep mourning. In view of this, the Council has unanimously agreed to remove His Excellency Kahiga Mutai from the leadership of the Council as the Vice Chair with immediate effect. We have also agreed that in due course we will hold another meeting where a new Vice Chair will be elected. But as of today, the resolution of the meeting is that the Council has passed a vote of no confidence on His Excellency Kahiga Mutai and has agreed to remove him as Vice Chair with immediate effect. The Council of Governors extends its deepest apologies to the family of His Excellency the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga CGH on behalf of the 47 county governments of Kenya. Unfortunate remarks by Governor Kahiga. We continue to mourn with the family during this difficult time and reaffirm our solidarity, our respect, and support to them. The Council remains available to offer any assistance that may be required. We further urge all leaders across the political divide to exercise restraint and mindfulness in their public utterances. As leaders, we must always be guided by the national values and principles of good governance enshrined in our Constitution of Kenya. May the soul of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, CGH, continue resting in eternal peace. Asanteni sana.
Again, county nebo Bomet kokachupta en kimnatet alak en meng'ik chebo county nebo Bomet chekaimuch kongalal ak ketesioni ngalalutik chebo Mutai Kahiga chekotoku koboiboenchi kabetetab neki Prime Minister Raila Odinga ole kamwa ichek kole bo orogenet ngalalutik cheu choton ako manyolchin kandoindet neten Mutai Kahiga. Kates ichek kole nyolu en kandoik cheimong'u ngalalutik kwak cheu choton keipchi kakwautet chebo kerkong'et asikokoik kanetut anan koik kanetutiet en alak. Amuch akusikong logoiwek choton en koindo. Kosipkei ak ngalalutik chekokon gavana nebo Nyeri Mutai Kahiga chekotok koboiboenchi kabetetab sabet nebo neki Prime Minister en emetab Kenya Raila Odinga kokakomongkei alak en meng'ikab county nebo Bomet ak kokirinda ngalalutik. Kit nekamwa kole manyolu ngalalet noton.
Ngalek chekomwa Kahiga ko gavana ko monomegei ak inendet ako yoche kosom msamaha amun Raila ko kandoindet nebo Kenya msima nekoyoche kikochi hona, yoche ketekis amun korir emet tugul en ng'alechoton.
Arap Karin ameng'indetab Bomet ireu ko ng'alek chekomwa gavana nono komochobo kabisa. Kotesetai korirtos biikab Kubo ak biikab Kubo emet komwoe ng'alek chemanamgei kabisa. Rirtos biik lookyik, rirtos biikab emet. Ko ng'alek chekomwaitaen kabisa komochobok inne. Mochobok kabisa. Kotesetai korirtos biik
kimwoe mutyo en ng'alek chekomwa gavana Kahiga en ng'alekab Arap Mibei. Kilele mutyo. Ako ng'alechon kamwa Kahiga komamaken kiy meetab hero nekiyai boisiet en Kenya ni. Kochenjen katiba ko nguni keboiboenjini. Ng'alechon komwa Kahiga komonyolu kotokoi kandoindet. Nekimwoe kingen Arap Mibei kele nyolu kochusulen. Ma kandoindet nenyolu komwoe biik ng'alek cheu chon. Makilelen koboiboenji Kahiga kele komakoyoe boisiet Arap Ruto en Central. Koyoe boisiet en Kenya mzima.
Logoiywekab emet chebo Aasai TV Kenya, kainenyun ko Joyline Chepkorir. Again komostanyin kochupto agine cabinet secretary nebo kabatishet Mutai Kakwe ngalalutik chebo gavana Mutai Kahiga en mwaet kole choton ko ngalalutik chebo pcheutik ak pororiondit en emet ako kimit ine kole ngalalutik choton komoiboru telelet nebo kebeberta nebo tulwet nebo emoni ole kacher kora kandoik koik chechigili anan chechigilotin en atkai tugul.
I've represented the Nyeri people as a member of parliament. I've represented the Nyeri people as a senator in the Nyeri county, and I know the feelings of the Nyeri people. And we are mourning with the rest of Kenya. I am personally mourning. The late Honorable Raila Odinga was a personal friend of mine and a personal friend of very many people within the county of Nyeri. And what I can tell you for a fact is that the words that if you speak ill, it is culturally repugnant, and in our culture. And if I speak as a Kenyan who happens to be a Mogikoyo, a Kenyan who happens to be a Mogikoyo, I can tell you that culturally it is repugnant for you to speak ill of people who have passed on. And as a matter of fact, if you do so, there are certain rights that you need to undertake in order to avoid curses that may befall on you. So, when a person speaks on his own behalf, that has nothing to do with the rest of the community. The second thing to say is that as leaders, we must always be careful about what we say. And what we say is important. Politically, those kind of statements are retrogressive. And it is not in anybody's interest for you to make those kind of statements that can obviously bring divisive aspects, especially in times like this one. I think as a human being, it is insensitive. It is insensitive to make certain remarks that can hurt people, during a time when their feelings are very vulnerable, when their feelings, are emotive, and at any time, indeed at any time, it is always good for us as human beings to be sensitive to each other and how we feel. So morally is indefensible. It's indefensible how you can make remarks that within the community and within the realm of the human race, we just don't do. As human beings, we sympathize with those kind of situations, and therefore all I can say is that we are mourning with the rest of Kenyans, and we must never mistake people's insensitive individual remarks to represent anybody else except themselves. Thank you.
Again county nebo Nakuru kokakoistoengei chamaitab DCP kobun county nebo Nakuru ngalaletab governor nebo Nyeri Mutahi Kahiga akobo meetab Raila Odinga en betutab amut. Kondochin Simon Sangale komwa inendet kole matinyegei chamaitab DCP ak ngalalet noton nebo Kahiga.
Mutahi Kahiga kuna matamshi mabaya sana ameweza kutoa. Kama chama cha DCP sisi tunakataana na matamshi hayo ya Mutahi Kahiga na ya kwamba hayo ni matamshi yake binafsi. Na wale watu ambao wameanza saa hizi kushikanisha matamshi yake na wapati leader Rigathi Gachagua tunawaambia kwamba mshindwe, kwa sababu sisi tunajua ya kwamba kuna njama ambayo imepangwa na Kasongo na watu wengine katika chama cha ODM wakiongozwa na Gladys Wanga ya kujaribu kuleta utengano kati ya Wakikuyu na Wajaluo. Na hii siasa haitaweza kutimizwa. Kitu ningependa kusema ni kwamba Governor Kahiga Mutahi yeye sio spokesman ya Wakikuyu. Kahiga Mutahi yeye sio spokesman wa chama cha DCP. Kahiga Mutahi hana cheo chochote katika community ya Wakikuyu ili kwamba kila ambacho anachosema kiweze kujulikana kama kwamba kimetoka katika mlima wa Kenya. Kwa hivyo sisi kama watu wa DCP Nakuru County tutasimama imara na Rigathi Gachagua. Na tunasema kwamba one term is unstoppable. Kwamba Gigiji is now officially, tunajua kwamba is now officially the leader of opposition, lakini ni jambo ambalo ni kwa huzunisha kwa sababu hakuna mtu alikuwa anatakia hayati Raila Odinga akufe. Nobody wanted him to die. Tulikuwa tunamtakia maisha marefu aweze kuishi, lakini kwa sababu mambo imefanyika kulingana na mapenzi ya Mungu, tunasema kwamba wale wanaongea waongee kwa niaba zao wenyewe, lakini wasiseme kwamba ni Rigathi Gachagua. Sisi kama chama cha DCP tunasema kwamba we are behind Rigathi Gachagua 100%. 2027 tutahakikisha governor ni DCP, senator ni DCP, members of parliament DCP, women rep DCP, wabunge DCP, kuhakikisha kwamba in the next government tutakuwa na chama ambacho ile alikuwa anapigania ya human rights, ya mambo ya democracy, tutahakikisha kwamba imetimizwa katika mwaka wa 2027 tukiongozwa na Rigathi Gachagua. Asante.
Kakobor kaimetab kei chemung'arainik chebo taonitab Bomet kosubkei ak murindo nebo sewage chetumdoigei en feresisiek chebo taoninoton en kamwa kole kokokochi ichek konyor kasarta neui yeisuldoen mung'arosiekwak kosubkei ak harufut neya nemang'unen sewage ichoton. Kates ichek kole iwechin letaetab kei nebo mionwogik cheboto noton nebo cholera kosubkei ak nekamwa kole itendene sewage ichoton agoi ainet neo nebo Nyongores. Kaimuch kogusikong logoiwek choton en koindo sirindenyon nebo logoiwek Aasai Kiplangat.
Kondochin Stephen Mosoneng kobor ichek neregek kosubkei ak murindo anan sewage netumdogei en taonitab Bomet ole karirtaen ichek motwet nebo tililindo ak panganetab taonisiek nekamwa kole maityin komonut nebo kolitit koimutienoton.
Alafu pande yangu nyuma hapa kuna hoteli kubwa, kuna buchari na hoteli. Mita mbili tu mpaka hapa kuna mafi inamwaika hapa. Nyuma yenu hapo ukiangalia nyuma ya kamera kuna hoteli kubwa sana ambayo ni kama ni hoteli kubwa sana ambayo tunategemea hapa Bomet.
Ya ulo no kabisa. Hapo hii umaje ngalega tililindo en taonini. Kwa tililindo kejab tililindo hundi. Muni urgabi kolera en taonini. Yegera yenu
Kaikochi betusiek tuten kityoke ole kamwa kole angot komaib kakwautik kobendi akoi ofisisiek chebo gavana.
Kakikoi betut nebo rai, kot ko maresponden en betut nebo rai, komi kit age action nekitekeni as a business people chebo Bomet. Kimoe komomit en betut nebo rai.
Mang'u mionwek chetom kekere en ireu amun siwe na active en ireu. Ko yonitet ko koboiwonut mami ot kit netomwa age amun tuguk chetesetai en yu kekwong'e kityo. Nuna
Ang'et ng'alekab siwech chu barchok. Bokose breakdown oino kele kobar biik kipindupindu en ng'wenyu. Ngunon abore toburi en ireu ele abongoni karisiek en ireu. Abore nyosir kit nekikibir en ireu Abara ager komangu mana chokobendi ngwenyun. Pat peti mutaret ine. Akotakike ainet kotomo kepurify.
Koboisien ichek kora boroinoton kololchi motwet nebo municipality nebo Bomet kosibkei ak ng'atutik chekoromen chebo stagetab Bomet ak kasuldaetab mung'aret en taoninoton.
Obwate kora rirechu kitindoi en ng'alekab matatu sector. Netai korok en kasitab matatu ko koketo ofisisiek chemakinai kele kokialoketenjindo ano biik chetomo kosich okot baka certificates. Nebo oeng ko kokele keba orit, ko kokeba orit. Aya nebo somok ko tom kechobe stage. Tom kerenoveten stage. Aya kit age kora komi biik chekokenam, kokinam ot kijanat age nekomee lakwenyin oik. Kimee lakwenyin kou amut kenam betunotet, so ratat nguni for 3 months. Ako chito nenome kobo kanjo nengengen. Aya mi kora ng'alekab 50-50 chekikwoe. Ikere ndetinye karit nguni for example, mi 50-50 chekikwoe subui. Okwoe chito nemotinye uniform. Abire stage alang si biik oeng keba Nairobi en yon. Kotom kelipan chechuk kakelipan werotet amomi kasit nekayai. So big issue ko kowalwech kityo barcho kole akotosto kityo bichu sikebir tugul ano stage. Kekuyon uon komeotinye ng'al.
Aripotenjini Aasai TV kong'eten Bomet, kainenyin ko Aasai Kiplangat.
Kongoi mising sirindenyon nebo logoiwek Aasai Kiplangat. Ak en logoiwek alak ko kakotoi anan kakokochi tiet nebo ng'echeret en boda en county nebo Bomet, ng'atutik choton chebo municipality nebo county nebo Bomet noton nebo koyumchigei karishek komosta noton nebo stage. Kinyoru logoiwek chechang koyob sirindenyon nebo logoiwek Aasai Kiplangat.
Ameche amwa akobo ng'atutiet nekokechop nebo municipal nekibo besio ani kokowek nguni kokatif kokimwa kele karisiek tugul kemoche kikechi stage. Ko kakwautiet nekararan non en echek banet chitab bodaboda ako oret agenge nekokiistoen kora corruption amun komi karisiek kobekeni en anywhere ko komi kora makoraek chetebote kole kitile ses lakini momi payroll nebo county. Ko mochute rabinik county kochute mokubetab chito. Amoche alenji planasiek kobongoni ko kokimwa kongoi kwa chitab bodaboda onochin bodaboda singimutu biik en ele kimutunen kenoe kele station ko agenge birthday nebo Bomet motouteni customayat. Letab kametab aisurut kora kimoche kenai kele ng'o cheumi aisurut, ng'o cheumi aisurut en county government nebo Bomet. Mi makoraek chekingisto chekibo enforcement kotakwakteni kora ko ofisaek chebo cheumote rabinik. Ngekonin rabinik kele kot komoche kotoret county koik paybill ko agenge non kikesir matkosachasach.
Kamach ine kora kikimit ng'atutik choton akobois en kebeberta age tugul nebo taonitab Bomet asikobit kerkeindo.
Ako asome kora ale ngandan kokibangan kounon kemoche koik station ko agenge. Ngunon seriani kokichop ko kararan lakini makaten across. Tokere stationishek alak chetakotelelen karisiek chetropeni akobekeni en komosta nekibore depot. Kimoche kele karit ko tropeni ko stage ireu ak stage nesibu Kapkwen anan ko Kiokong. Ko karisiek kokobwa reu simabit makornatet.
En kasaratan kosom serikalitab county nebo Bomet kotakoteshi ichek korik chekiyumen en kasarwek chebo asista ak chebo robwek asikotoret ketikab bodaboda.
Amoche oib kora kautiet amwa kongoi ng'alekab kitaketeswech shit kinoproposen shit kwa chairman aketesat kotom koyamech nan konamwech nguno ropta kwenet between silibwet ak tenwek kimuti customaek kobetu ole keume tutesiet kotaketeswech aketeswech kora traffic lights en resop tukosiek chemengech chebo resop ako yon kokoit keweche kora kongoi koib hatua nekararan county.
Ripotenjini Aasai TV kong'eten nganasetab Bomet, kainenyin ko Aasai Kiplangat.
Again county nebo Narok kokakotoi county nebo Narok campaigns chebo kekirinda miondo nebo cholera mising ko en sugulishek chemiten en komosta nebo Chepkorir county nebo Narok. Kaisuldae niton serikalitab county komiten en kibagenge ak kibagengeishek chemoikochin kasubet komiten en kibagengeishek chemobo serikali anan non-governmental organization ole kalumda tetutik chebo anan kalumda tetutik choton chebo tililindo ak beek. Kongalali gavana nebo Narok Patrick Olentutu koyomis meng'ichoton koger kole kaboisien beek chetililen ak korib tililindo, kit nekarob eun Daniel Morapu ne inendet kobo kibagengeitab Amrefs ole kacher biikab komosoton korib tililindo kot mising ko kerib tililindo nebo amitwogik en sugulishek chemiten en komosta nebo Chepkorir.
Tuko na maji clean, usiende kuchota maji zile tu ziko huko kwa mto, kwa sababu ile shida tulikuwa naye hapo. Watu wameanza kuwa wengi pale Chepkorir town na pia pale Logoiywekab, na kuna watu wengi ambao wanaishi bila toilet. Iposa bado tunauliza tu, kila familia lazima uwe na toilet. Huwezi kwenda tu kwa msituni. Hiyo wakati tulimalizanga hiyo maneno.
We urge all our school children now that they are going to exams to ensure that we observe hygiene. Let us use our toilets properly. Let us wash our hands regularly. Let us also ensure that the food that we eat is clean, and we must take these messages back to our parents and ensure that all of us are prepared to ensure that we prevent all these preventable diseases.
We are in an arid area, and this water will prevent our students from going downstream and also the animals inside the compound. You know, people use that as an anti-ground to go and seduce them there, give them a phone, or maybe even introduce them to substance abuse. So that has been cut off.
Agegistoenge logoiwechon ko en county nebo Nandi kokakonam kibagengeishek cheterter en county nebo Nandi tetutik chebo kanetishet akobo ole kiripto sotonik. Yae kit age tugul kibagengeishoton anan kibagengeishek choton koger kole katestai koribok ole keboishoito sotet en kit nekamwa kole koboisien alak mtungishek chebo plastic korur chego chenootin mising en bororietab Kalenjin ko mursik.
Kwa kimila yetu ya Kikalenjin ni chombo ya kitu ya heshima sana kwa sababu inaambatana na ng'ombe. Matumishi yake tunatumia maziwa ya ng'ombe. Sasa sotet inatumika kwa kila jambo. Wakati tunapeleka maziwa chondoni, wakati tunapelekea maziwa wazee, wakati mama amejifungua, sotet ni kila kitu.
Iko ya watoto wanatumia kikunywa maziwa, and then iko ya wamama, and then iko kibuyu imekaa chini, imekaa, yani huwezi wekelea kitu, imekaa. So hiyo kibuyu hata wakati unafungua huwezi fungua ovyo ovyo, unafinyilia mkono ndio ipuke maziwa watu wanakunywa. So kwa Nandi kibuyu ni kitu ya maana sana. Hata kibuyu yenyewe ikipasuka huwezi tupa, lazima ushone, uwekelee samati, hiyo kibuyu bado inaendelea ikitumika.
Sasa hii inaonyesha mila yetu ya Kalenjin, kwa sababu hata vile kushona makabila zingine hawashoni, wanatumia tu vile ilitoka kwa shamba, lakini sisi wa Kalenjin tunaweka maridadi, tunaweka shanga, tunachoma. Hiyo ni kuonyesha alama yetu ya Kalenjin.
Kampeni inajulikana kama Culture Mashinani.
Again logoiwek alak ko akingandan kibun tiritinwek meng'ik koyob komosta nebo Nanyuki County nebo Nakuru kokosibgei ak rarunetab beek kokakomongkei anan kokomongkei tetutiet neletoi beek ole tinye bonganutiet nebo kotes beek akoi litaishek 1,000,000 en betut asikokirinda rarunetab beek en komosoton.
Nafanyaga kazi ya soko hatukuwa na maji ya kutosha. Mara mingi ni wakati tunawekewa maji na masiku maji imefungwa siku 3, hakuna mtu anaweza osha matunda.
Tulikuwa na shida, maji ulikuwa nasikia tenant alikuwa anakuja malalamiko kama tenant. Kwangu wanalipaka tarehe 5. Walikikuja ananiambia silipi nyumba, sipati maji siku 2. Chapata maji jana, sijui napata ukiwapata kwa mfereji hivi wanakuwa na jam.
ilikuwa upande moja inakuwa na maji na ingine haina. Saa hii tuko na pressure kubwa sana ya maji na tunasema asanti kwa sababu hii maji yetu inatoka mlima na ikitoka mlima inakuja ikiwa maji zaidi.
We are having a deficit of around 7,000 to 8,000 cubic meters. And this is not putting into consideration that the population is still growing. So that is why Nawasco, the team, we found it important to build this one, the new intake.
The project now is almost complete. It's like 98% complete. And we are already treating 4,000 cubic meters of water as we are talking to our old treatment at Kayoni.
Wakati tulikuja hapa kuona siku ya kwanza, tulikuta ni kichaka na leo tumekuta ni maji. Kwa hivyo tumeona Mungu na tutaendelea kusimamia miradi.
En logoiwek alak ko kakoesho familia nebo kipsomaniat nebo sukulitab barak nebo sukulitab barak nebo Moi Cheryl Oanga kit nekikimwa kele kibet sobenyin yekin kowirge ine en korobet agenge nemiten en komosta nebo Nyamira. Kosubkei ak familia chekoimonge koesho noton ole mwoe ichek kole imuch kokikiwir Cheryl anan lakwanoton en koroba inoton. Kong'ololi familia kondochin kametab Cheryl komwa ine kole iboru engset anan postmortem kole kibet sobenyin lakwanaton ne chepto yekin kewir anan yekin kerut metinyin ak kit nengatib kot missing. Iboru report ichoton kora kole Cheryl kokotinye anan kotinye kakotenosiek en iswenyin ak en komosta noton nebo eunyin nebo katam.
Wamefanya postmortem au daktari mwenye amefanya ametupia majibu kwa huyu mtoto alikuwa na injury hapa kwa kichwa, alafu nyingine ni kwa spinal cord na mkono.
Zenye tu tunaomba ni justice. Serikali kama ikipenda tu tusaidie, justice ionekane kwa huyu mtoto wetu. Njoo alikuwa yeye ndiye alikuwa tegemeo kwa familia. Hatuna la kusema, haki tuko tu na majuzi, tuombee tu.
Tuseme mtu akichirusa kutoka kwa ghorofa, huwa kuna njia mtu anaanguka, anaanguki kwa kwenda nyuma, anaanguka kifudifudi, yaani kwenda mbele.
Again logoiwek chetinyegei ak tililindo komache walutik committee nebo public investment nebo National Assembly kosubkei ak legal fee chekikiboisien kibagengeitab NHIF en kenyitab chepkondok nebo kenyitab 2020 ak kenyitab 2021. Kakiteben tebutik chekoromen CEO nebo kibagengeitab lipanetab konyoiset SHA Dr. Martin Wangangi yegon komiten taitab committee inoton kosubkei ak report kobun Auditor General ole mwae kole kiib chepkondok cheitito milionishek 77 koityi kibagengeishek 3 en nekibo kewekta denit nebo milionishek 13 kityok. Kangotesetai committee koteb Emmanuel Wangwe amune sikokiboisien NHIF milionishek 240 en legal fee en kenyit agenge. Akot kounoton kwaror Dr. Mwangangi kole kimakomiten ine en ofisi noton kasarta nekitesetai ole kacher ine committee noton kokisigong records tugul chekibo tai.
CEO says that there is there's an attachment that attached is a copy of the advocate's remuneration order, and she was trying to actually explain this was proper. And they explained according to what she has attached. Now, the Director of Finance is saying from the face value, it was not proper. So, which is which from the same organization?
Did you recover 13 million, or what happened to this 13 million? What is this 13 million? Why is it that you have given us these records now? Why is it that time when the audit was going on, they were not there?
We have been working very studiously on developing these responses, and we'll be able to go and check why responses were not done at that time. We would have to go back, source, and try and track any communication given by the auditor office and any response by the NHIF team present at that time. I'd have to go back and check and come back to you.
Agen logoiwek chetinyegei ak kabatishet ko kakotorchi siyet nebo ngecheret en kot nekingaten ngatutik ako membayatab kot nekingaten ngatutik nebo Tikania Cherongo managers chebo kibagengeitab kabatishet nebo NCPP en neboishen tetutikab chorset en katoldoleiwek anan fertilizers ole akot en kasarta nekakorik arawek chekisuldaen minset. Kongalali en komosta nebo Tigania West kocher Mutunga mengikab komosoton kokoito report age tugul netinyegei ak ichek cheisuldaen chorset.
Tunahimiza na tunasisitiza maofisa kutoka ofisi ya National Cereals and Produce Board wale watakuwa wakiuza hii fertilizer watumie kanuni zilizowekwa na serikali na ile ratiba iko katika Ministry of Agriculture ya uandikishaji wa watu, kwa sababu kila mkulima amejiandikisha kulingana na eneo lake la ukulima, kulingana na shamba yake.
En logoiwek alak ko kakotoi kampunitab ndegeinik nebo Fly Dubai bwanwek chelelach konyil 4 en wikit kong'eten Nairobi agoi emetab sang nebo Dubai, kakwautiet nekamwa afisaekab Kenya kole tesetai bandab tai ak mung'aret en emotinwek tuan. Katyech ng'weny ndegeitab Fly Dubai nekaimutu biik 80 kong'eten emetab sang nebo Dubai. Kinyoru logoiwek chechang koyob sirindenyo nebo logoiwek Chepkorir Mutai.
Karu ng'weny en kiwachetab JKIA ole tetat koe banwek 4 en wikit ole yome kosuldaen akotes mung'aret ak bandab tai chebo kiprutoinik. Katach noton kandoik chebo emotinwek tuan.
Strengthening the air connectivity between Kenya and the United Arab Emirates, and by extension connecting East Africa to the world. Connects with the rest of Kenya, allowing Nairobi to serve as a central gateway through which our country connects with the world. The launch of this route also highlights the growing importance of the UAE and the wider Gulf region as a key tourism source market for Kenya. In 2024, ladies and gentlemen, Kenya welcomed 42,000 visitors from the Middle East, representing a 15% increase from the previous year. And the UAE accounted for a large share of that growth.
First, on behalf of everyone at Fly Dubai, I would like to express a heartfelt thank you to the Ministry of Roads and Transport, the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, the Department of Aviation and Aerospace, Kenya Airports Authority, Kenya Tourism Board, our valued travel partners, the Embassy of the United Arab Emirates, and of course, members of the media in attendance today. Your partnership and your support have been invaluable in bringing this route.
Logoiywekab Emet chebo Aasai TV, kainanyon ko Chepkorir Mutai.
Chitab Kalenjin kotomo kiwang logoiwek amache agochi anan ametogen eunekab Chepkorir Mutai en logoiwekab emet chebo urerioshek.
Kongoi meeting chitab Kalenjin itestai igere Aasai TV kemiten ak Joyline Chepkorir kebendi kiwanjoshek anan ko Aasai kiwanjoshek ole langatutab raini kotesetai ak tulit noton chebo Champions League ak kegushini kora CAF Champions anan ko kibagengeit noton nebo African Championship noton nebo CAF ole kakolewen anan kolewen icheket katyarik kobun Afrika tugul kebendi kekusini kakomongke kibagengeit noton netononjin mpiret en Afrika katyarik akolewen katyarik 10 cheimuchi kelewen anan ko CAF nominees chebo kenyit. Katyarik choton koboto Frank Anguissa nebo emetab Cameroon, Fiston Mayele nebo emetab DRC ak noton Mohamed Salah kobun emetab Egypt, Farao mwenyewe, Ashraf Hakimi kobun emetab Morocco, ak noton Victor Osimhen kobun emetab Nigeria, Dennis Bouanga kobun emetab Gabon, Ilman Ndiaye kobun emetab Senegal, ak noton Pape Mata Sarr kobun emet noton nebo Senegal. Kochatan ko katyarik 10 choko lewen CAF anan ko kibagengeit netononjin mpiret en Africa chebo nominees Player of the Year Award. Ko kora kekusini kong en betutab raini tesetai kiptulit noton nebo Champions League. Ole koiker en betutab amut ile koek roptab kolisiek kot missing ako noton kebendi kekusini kong en betutab raini en sait agenge kebendi koname timit noton nebo Atletico Bilbao ak Karabakh en sait agenge korube timit noton nebo Bayern Munich ak Club Brugge ak korub noton timit noton nebo Chelsea ak Ajax en sait 4 nebo kemboi Sporting CP ak Marseille ak korub Monaco ak Tottenham, Liverpool ak Eintracht Frankfurt kobun timit emetab France ak timit noton nebo Sporting Marseille ak timit noton nebo Tottenham ak en kebetutab raini timit noton neimuche anan ko gemit noton nekorom kot missing ko gemit noton nebo Real Madrid ak Juventus. Ole pendi Juventus kobendi kotuitos ak Madrid en emet noton nebo Spain, taunit noton anan ko city noton nebo Madrid. Kochan ko logoiwekab urerioshek en Aasai kiwanjoshek ametein ak Joyline Chepkorir asikemuch kiwan logoiwekab emet.
Tanjiba urerioshek Chepkorir mutai chitab Kalenjin chan ko kanogorikab emet chekakimuch kechobunen mesetab logoiwek nebo Aasai TV Kenya nekasomanu kwane Joyline Chepkorir.